right, well, here's what Chris brought us, his Dodge Challenger?
The Challenger.
It's a Challenger SRT8.
I always get the Charger and the Challenger screwed up. Wait, I'm going to turn the stereo down.
Wait, I got it.
You know what's fun about the car hobby, Chris, is you get to keep changing and keep evolving. Like, it's really weird, like, when you go, like, you just think about the crap you were into 10 years ago.
Right.
And then the crap you were into 10 years before that.
Right.
And you're like, why was I into these old Datsun race cars 10 years ago when I could have got them for a quarter of the price? Like, it's just weird.
Well,
it's cool
10 years,
to evolve, right?
But 10 years from now, you're going to be saying, why am I into these Datsun race cars? That's something you will always ask yourself for 10 years. That's just between me and you, though.
But it's fun to see. It's fun to see, like, you change, evolve, you know, get into different brands, and this is just really cool. I mean, there's so much metal flake in this paint.
Well, it's not even metal. What we did was, it's actually Mitch Lanzini, who used to do all this stuff for Overhauling, did. He's a good friend of mine. So I drew this up on Photoshop. I drew it up like Photoshop, and then I sent it to him, and he said I could do it. And so it was basically a black one. What we did is that everybody, like the Ring Brothers and those guys, everyone's using like the flat now, and I wanted to have that kind of like race look. So what pissed Mitch off was, and he's a great painter, we did the white and flat. The car came in black. We did the flat white. Then he had to go back and redo the whole thing again. This is a candy. There's like this is 9 layers to get this blue and this red white.
Like this House of Color stuff.
Yeah. He made it. He built it his own, and it's just. So that's somebody they had the line, hide the line.
And hand pinstripe.
Hand pinstripe. Dennis Rickless, just one of the best guys. He's currently actually, he just does all the chip stuff.
Total old school, and you don't really realize. I've realized that they're doing some stuff where if you don't put the pinstripe in, it looks so jagged and harsh.
And lame, in
between colors.
And sometimes you can feel the tape off edges.
You can feel it on my BRE car.
Well, that's the problem because of the flat. Because this has so much paint to get this to pop, to get the pearl and it pissed Mitch off. He was like, I think he charged me extra for tape. He just had balls of masking tape at the end of it.
So is this a pearl white with a satin clear?
It's loaded with pearl, so you can still get a pop off.
So it's got a satin clear coat on it, but you can still see a metallic underneath it, which is kind of neat.
And then I went and I ordered new emblems, 392 emblems, put those back on. So, you know what I wanted to look like? I always wanted to look like that Ralph Gillis could have done this. It could have been a special edition challenge. That's what I wanted it to look like. When I got it, I wanted to handle. I wanted to drop it because they look kind of goofy. Some of them look kind of goofy.
They're a little high.
Also, no one can get any rim under it, and we did so. I called Hotchkiss and those guys, and that was this big to do about because it's got the shocks are actuated. The shocks are actually fluid actuated. So when you hit the button, I've never been in a car. You know, you get the sport button, and like in some 90% of the cars you drive, it doesn't do shit.
Right.
You're like, I don't feel any difference at all.
Right.
Unless you hit an off ramp at 80, maybe.
Right.
This thing, the second it goes from riding like a Cadillac to you hit it, and it's got fluid reservoirs in the shocks, and it pressurizes the shocks. So it's like, I mean, I had it at Willow already with Hotchkiss. They let me go up there with it, and it was night and day difference.
Right. Now,
but the suspension is actually self-leveling. So when Hotchkiss first put the lowering springs and stuff on these cars, it just raised itself back up.
Oh,
so he had to go back to Bilstein and say, I need to make a special shock. He's always had a relationship with them.
Yeah.
So he developed a special shock just for these that it won't change.
Hold on, just for some of the lay people listening. Bilstein, one word, not a Jew named Bill Steen.
Bill Steen.
That's not a guy that makes shocks. It's actually
Bill Steen out in Encino. He's what you call a man.
So how's it handled now? How's it going around the corner? Very good. Give me $1.
Was that the first time you were out with the track? Well, I was out there with you. And
you were psychotic. And so here's what I don't know how you guys. First of all, you guys need to know on the CarCast. These guys just use and abuse. Let's just say you just abuse vehicles.
Cars. Yeah.
A little bit.
You had the Porsche Panamera out there that was in my rear view a lot. I didn't like it.
Yeah, he was destroying. He destroys the
He
tires.
flat spotted it.
He flat spots the tires, and then he gives me the
me.
car for the weekend and goes, "You want to take it out? It's awesome."
Actually, it rode like shit, so I wanted to give it to you. It's like I can't drive this thing. It's horrible.
I know. It was, but
you just went to like Lowe's or whatever the hell you went to. Harbor Freight.
I took. This is hardcore, Titus. I took my daughter to the Harbor Freight in Altadena, like deep Pasadena, Altadena, 210, and I pulled up there, and there were like pickup trucks, newest from like early '80s. We're like average I would say the average, I'd like to find the business that had the lowest average price of the vehicle in the parking lot. I would argue Harbor Freight, second only to like the Hostess thrift store in Sunland.
99 cents.
Maybe people walk to that place.
That's true.
They don't have a parking lot.
I retract.
Yeah, there's a bus where people jump off before it even stops moving. I pulled up in that parking lot in a $210,000 German car and bought $150 worth of Chinese tools and threw in the back, and then shattered all the way home.
For $150 at the Harbor
Oh
Freight.
yeah, and a guy to run it like full time.
The one thing about these cars, and even if you look at the Hearst ones they did, they're really flat faced.
Right.
So I spent so much time looking at wheels, and these are actually American racing, made in China. They're called the VN 805 Daytona, and it's got this fake, and it really looks like a spinner. Look at it, you stand by.
But without the weight of a spinner.
And it was exactly what the road race look is exactly what I wanted.
The thing about the seats, though, I mean, you see you have Recaros to put in here.
Corbeaus.
Sorry.
But this is a nice
The thing
deep
is
seat.
remember back in the day when the first company to really come out with a serious seat was Toyota. They had the Supra, and they also had the Celica GT, and people were stealing the cars and stealing the seats out of them because they had like adjusting lumbar and all that stuff, and they were like 4 pieces, and they had the bolsters on the side and everything. And remember when you'd see guys driving Z cars with those seats in it, and driving like Camaros with those seats in it, like. The notion of just a car coming with cool seats is relatively new. Yeah. And I know you want to modify everything, but these are pretty bitchin'.
They're bitchin', but I'll say this, they're really big. It's like a Barca Lounger.
They are.
And honestly, we were going down Willow, but they're great seats. By the way, I had a Charger too that we did sublime and black with segments, and we lowered it, and it was great. And it had the same seats in it, and I love them. But these are for a guy reliving his teen years. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of vegans who are buying this car.
Exactly.
Let's just put it that way. Chris, can we hear it? It's got a catback exhaust.
We did MagnaFlow on it, and the next thing it's getting a supercharger from Edelbrock.
Oh, really?
Edelbrock doesn't know that yet.
They're going to find out.
It's got a good sound.
Yeah, and you know what? It's really quiet. That's what I love about the MagnaFlow. And the guys at Shoreline Motoring did it.
Yeah, it sounds great.
And you know, this happened to be in my car. My box set of my DVDs of all my comedy specials just happened to be.
Thank you
very
much.
Yeah, this happened to be sitting on the console, facing me as I got in.
Get a real job, numb nuts.
Yeah, it's my box set of all 4 of my comedy specials. Get a real job, numb nuts. Named because my father, like some stories I heard about your dad. My dad would go to my comedy shows, and he would sit like about 4 rows back, and he would turn his chair, and he would watch the audience. And I could get a standing ovation. My father would find the 2 people that hated my guts. Right. And I'd get off, and I'd go, huh? And he'd go, see the guy in the red shirt and his girlfriend? Fucking didn't laugh one time. You need to quit this shit and get a real job, numbnuts. So I named it Get a Real Job, numbnuts, in honor of my dad. And it's kind of an F you to my dad.
Well, toss out the website.
ChristopherTitus.com or The Real Christopher Titus on Facebook. If you want to see the jackets, I'll put those up. Because you dumped me on it, but I'll put those up tonight.
You have a website for your podcast?
Website, yeah, it's TitusPodcast.com. Again, after the Carolla podcast, cool down with a little Titus podcast.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, thanks, man.
Always a treat when Titus comes by.
Thanks. So the new guy works out all right. He's all right.
He's fine until next time. It's 5.5. Until next time, it's Adam Carolla, Christopher Titus, and Matt D'Andrea saying, keep the air in the spare and the bag in the wheel.